What, you just stop start if need be, do you? Or you try to keep it off and
we'll
flowing?
just keep rolling, and if we make any mistakes, Todd will just edit it out.
Yeah,
So,
that's the beauty of Todd.
Yeah.
I'll have it over you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's right.
But it actually, in most situations, we normally don't have to, eh? It's just...
It's not like you've got the kids in the background going...
Yeah, so it's pretty easy. You just give us the go.
Yeah,
when
ready for you. Go for it.
Okay. Afternoon, Russell, and thanks very much for taking the time to come and talk to me. Obviously, you are the president of the Nelson Master Builders, which we're also members of. And I'd just like you to basically tell us a bit about your role as the president of the Master Builders and the advantages of the Master Builders, both for clients and also for builders to also become members.
Right, okay. Cheers, Trev. Yeah, hey, thanks for us giving us the invitation and opportunity to come along, have a chat. So, Master Builders, I've been involved with Master Builders for a number of years now, since 2005 actually. So during that period, went through the period of just being another Master Builder there amongst the troops, and then grabbed the opportunity to become an executive member, which I've sat as an executive for a number of years, and then we've moved on to being vice president, and in the last year, president. So as far as a role, I've got a very good team, executive team around us, all guys that are very passionate to the industry. It's an association that we're definitely proud of and enjoy being part of. So, yeah.
So, like when you obviously you've got a company to run just like I have, so you've got a building business that takes up most of your time, but you do need to allocate a certain amount of time to your role as the president. That's
right, yeah. Being president Master Builders, or even the guys on the executive, much the same. We do put a fair bit of time into that. That's our own time we're putting in. So it's sort of our opportunity to give back to the industry, I suppose you could say. We do meet with the other presidents throughout the country on a monthly occasion, and that's typically by a Zoom conference these days, and just share ideas, what's happening around the country and what is generally going on, and trends, issues people are running into and the likes. So it keeps us informed, and by way of that, then we can bring that back to our membership or to our executive, which then filters back through our membership. Yeah, and obviously based on the recent events that we've all had to experience, I assume that has added a lot to your workload? Oh, it did, yeah. Once again, I mean, it's myself, but also the other guys on the executive, everyone chipped in, and we were basically in conversations weekly over that period, basically doing things where we were trying to find ways for our members to give them the opportunity to likes of upskill, as an example. One of the things we did is we went back to the local councils and talked to them and wanted to understand where they felt some of the builders were maybe could upskill and improve. Things like where were the failed building inspections and the likes coming from, or the most common failed building inspections. So with that, basically put together some information, and we were putting out a weekly newsletter to the members. So basically encourage them to, grab that opportunity of down tools, but upskill while they're at it. Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about the advantages of somebody as someone looking to build a home. They're looking for a builder. Why choose a master builder?
Why choose a master builder? Well, I suppose when we look at what a master builder has in their toolbox, you could say, it's not just the physical tools, but belonging to the Master Building Association, it does actually bring a lot of professionalism, whether it be the contracts and the likes, and also the ability to discuss issues with fellow master builders. So it broadens the experience that particular builder can actually bring to the table. So with the the likes of, if we were looking at, say, the contract as an example, it's a contract that's used right around the country, and it's used basically by all the master builders. It's a contract that's been worked on for a number of years, but it's a very fair contract. So basically, things like sort of the way the progress payments are made and whatnot, it's not weighted heavily one way or the other. So,
Yeah, and obviously there's different contracts for different types of building, whether it's commercial, whether it's residential, whether it's renovations.
Correct, and also labour only and the like. So, the other beauty that a master builder can actually bring, another attribute he can bring, is the master build guarantee. And that's something that we're truly proud of, and the fact that we do actually have a robust guarantee. There's been other guarantees in the marketplace, but those guarantees have sort of gone by the wayside with insurers and whatnot not being able to basically continue with them for various reasons. But obviously the master build one's one that is unique, and it's there and it's going to be there for good, so it's great. And
they're also not aligned to an external insurance company?
No, it is basically, it's a master build product. So that's one thing that does bring security. So for a client, they've basically, if they choose to take out the guarantee, because that is an option, the guarantee basically gives them protection for loss of deposit and the security to know that should there be any reason their master builder not be able to finish their house, another master builder will.
And the period of the guarantee is for 10 years?
Correct, it's a 10-year guarantee. As with all guarantees, you read what's involved in it, but it's a very good guarantee and very fair. So it does give the consumer good protection. So it's, definitely.
It also gives the homeowner the ability to sell that guarantee with the house?
There is an opportunity to sell it with the house. There is a small transfer fee which needs to be understood or remembered, but the guarantee is for the client at the time, but that can be transferred.
Okay, so obviously also to become a member of the master builders, it's not that easy. You obviously have to go through certain criteria.
Correct. So the criteria to become a master builder, obviously a good track record with both your business, your in a financial sense and experience, and then obviously your actual hands-on ability and a workmanship criteria as well. So it's not just something you get by right, no.
So the process if someone wants to join the master builders is, first of all, they have to make an inquiry and then go through the vetting process.
Correct, there's a vetting process to go through, which does, as I say, takes in financial and also ability considerations, yes. Okay.
Now, obviously, becoming a member has a lot of positives. Obviously, there is the brand, which is important. It's a well-known brand, it's a well-recognised brand, and the other thing that comes with being a member is you get access to a whole lot of different training
correct
material as well.
So basically that is one of the big things when you look in the toolbox of tools as such online. We have a program called Elevate, and that is regularly updated, and we have very high-class speakers and the likes doing a range of topics. So basically there's a lot of mentoring and whatnot topics available with that, and also there's regular podcasts as well, so it's not uncommon to have a 35-minute, even 45-minute podcast to listen to, and it's all good, interesting stuff.
And I mean, that's, I know personally, looking at the industry, a lot of people go into business and they don't fully understand everything they have to do as far as establishing a business that will have longevity in the industry. So those resources definitely can steer you in the right direction.
Without a doubt, they are. There's some really good tools here, and good places, or plenty there to see, and plenty of documents there that just they'll help you out a long way through.
Now, when somebody's going through their apprenticeship, They can also become a member.
Correct. As an apprentice, yes,
Yep.
they can. And the other key thing that Master Builders do bring, which is a great thing for the young apprentices, is the Apprentice of the Year.
Yep.
So that's something that's in conjunction with Carter's. And it's basically a competition that's open to a second year apprentice onward. And the way the competition runs is it's got a theory, or it's got a practical element to it, as well as an interview element to it. So at a regional level, it's run at a regional level. There's regional levels, and what you've got is typically for Nelson, we'll have 10 apprentices, and what they will actually do is they submit a project as such, a job that they've been working on, and it would outline the likes of their responsibilities on site and what they actually had done, their contribution on site. That goes as part of an entry, and then once that entry is accepted, then they have the opportunity to compete for the competition, which would be, that goes on to an interview,
Yep.
and then follows on to a practical element. So that's a competition we run, and then from that we end up with obviously a winner at a regional level, and from the regional level we go on to a national event. The national event, typically there's 10 regional finalists for that, and then they fight it out or do the same thing again, basically, with the exception of their actual practical content is over a longer period of time. It might be, say, over a 5-hour period, and the time that I was involved up in Auckland seeing that actual event, it was held in the cloud, and there's a lot of people, a lot of pressure on the guys as such, but
So when you say the cloud, you mean the cloud down on the waterfront?
correct. Yeah. So basically, given the opportunity and the kudos of winning that nationally is a huge thing. Carters are very generous with what they put forward as a prize. So very typically the young fella that wins that, or girl it could be, they enjoy a brand new ute, double cab ute for 12 months, and significant amount of prizes as well. All the finalists that make the national event also get to do a 3-week outward bound course. So it's great stuff. So we've had a couple of local lads that have done exceptionally well in that over the years. One that actually won it. It's done him well.
Yep. So for apprentices to enter the Apprentice of the Year, do they have to be working for a master builder, or
yes.
How does that work? Okay.
It is. It's open to builders that are employed by master builders.
Okay. The other thing that probably people are not aware of as well is there's a lot of associate members in the master builders.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
So basically, with their associate members, are members basically involved in the industry as such.
Yep.
So they've given our association in a regional level support, and in turn they've also we give them the opportunity at our trade breakfasts and the likes to come along and show their product and be involved.
Yep.
So,
okay, because a lot of people probably don't understand that we also have to be licensed building practitioners to operate as a licensed builder.
Yep.
So when we have events like breakfasts, they're planned events to also help us maintain our skills and our we have to acquire points, don't we?
Correct. So it's basically an opportunity to upskill by as you say, product knowledge or understanding change and the likes, and that's something that obviously our associate members are able to bring to the table as such. So that is the case.
Okay. Let's talk about something that obviously you've been very passionate about for a long time, and have been an advocate of entering on a regular basis, which is obviously the Master Builders House of the Year.
Right.
Okay, now,
House of the Year.
Can you tell us about that?
Okay, House of the Year, yes, it's something we are passionate about. We have enjoyed over a number of years, our fair share of success, I suppose it would be fair to say. in the House of the Year, but at the end of the day, that reflects on the staff we choose to employ. It also reflects on the subtrades and the likes that we do have that we use. So yeah, it's basically an opportunity for a builder to put his workmanship, his job, or his client's job, up to be judged.
Yep.
And some choose to do it, others don't. As far as for us, yes, it's something that our business has definitely enjoyed, the recognition for our accolades that we've been able to achieve.
Yep.
But equally, I guess I've also enjoyed is sharing those accolades with people that have actually been involved in those projects, including yourself in the earlier years. So, so how does that competition run? It's essentially it's run at a regional level initially, much the same as the Apprentice of the Year. So we start with a regional event. Basically, you put your house up to be judged, and there's various categories. So that's basically done on a price range thing. So that is the idea of that, is it makes it a fair competition. With the likes of, there is a builder's own home category as an example, but that category you can only go so far in the competition, because we'll understand a builder can put as much of his own time in, and it would be unfair for that to be judged against something that was built, say on a budget for a client. So what would happen is we would you enter your house, and then client's obviously very proud and happy to have their house entered. That typically comes down to them spending weeks cleaning it, but that's not expected, but they do put the effort in, which is very much appreciated. The houses, there's 2 judges that come around for that category, and they go around nationally and judge that category. So that's what they're responsible for. So typically you're competing against other houses within that price range throughout the country. Then it goes on, so from that basically the points are all tallied up, and we have a regional gala event, which is the time for everyone to sort of spruce up. It's a black tie event, and so that's regional. Now we do that with Nelson, Marlborough and West Coast. That takes in our region as such. And so on the night, basically the way it works is there's what they call industry standard. And industry standards there's point range between up to 2,000. And so an industry standard, which is a house that basically meets code of compliance and it's built to industry standard, that would earn 1,500 points. That would be the expectation. And then basically there's, depending how the actual house is marked for its quality and the likes, those points go through to 1,650. So for 1,500 to 1,650 by memory, is if you're in that range, you'll win a bronze award. And then from 1,650 through to 1,800, it's a silver award. And then from 1,800 to 2,000, it's a gold award. And so with the way those awards work is the person, if there's multiple houses in a category, you've got to win a gold to be able to win a category 1 first. But obviously if there's say 3 houses in that category that win gold, then the highest point scorer will go through and win the category. So it's sort of how that works. They choose a supreme home it's on the highest points. So typically we'll have a Supreme Award on that night. Well, we do have a Supreme Award for a new home and also a renovation. From that, the competition basically, all the houses, all the points are put into a pool as such, and the top 3 houses in each category throughout the country become Gold Reserve finalists. The balance to make up, because the Gold Reserve is the top 100 in the country, obviously made up of the top 3 in each category first, and then the balance being the top scoring houses make up the final to come up with 100. So then those houses get rejudged by national judges, so they go around for the second time round, and so then you're in a national competition. So the consistency is the national judges are looking at everything because obviously they're looking for a supreme house as well at a national level. So they'll go around, they judge, and then we end up, typically in November, we have our National House of the Year Gala Dinner, which is always held in Auckland, and that is the true pomp and ceremony event, but it is the gala event. So a lot of pride in being there alone, just even making it to that top 100. So obviously then the way that night rolls out is the same thing. Everyone in that top 100 gets a gold reserve recognition because they've obviously made that, but then they've got to obviously understand, right, who is going to be the finalist of each category, and so that's where you'll win a national award, basically.
And at that stage, there's no silvers or bronzes, it's gold or nothing.
It's just all gold. So basically, at that level, that's something to obviously strive for, and to be the national winner of a category is obviously a very proud moment.
Yeah, it's also probably a game changer for any company that is lucky enough to win that award.
That would be right. I mean, it is. It's definitely the certificate you hang on your wall. With pride.
Because the way I see it, with the House of the Year, it allows you to understand how good you and your team are.
That's right.
You could go around and you could build for years, and people could tell you you're a good builder, but you really don't know how good you are until you're judged by your peers, and where you fit into that area, because every house is different and everybody's got different skills. So
that's right. It's a great competition, and once you understand it, it is truly about the House of the Year. And
so we're obviously in the judging side of it, it's not all about the builder though, is it?
No, it's not. It's heavily weighted towards the builder, but it is also about the execution of detail. Well, execution of detail is actually the builder, I guess. It's things like, it's basically the builder's responsibility. If he sees something on a certain project, whether it may be a location of a downpipe as an example at a front door, and there's a better place to put it, you would expect a good builder to challenge the architect. And ask them to maybe reconsider the placement of that. So it's little details like that, that do actually make the difference. Because at the end of the day, you've got to remember you are up against the best in the country, and everyone's put their best foot forward. So you've got to,
Okay. Maybe what we should talk about now is just give us a bit of an insight into your business, because obviously you own a building company first. You have to be a builder to become a master builder. So,
well, you do, Okay, so I've I suppose right back in the early days, I completed my time actually as a joiner originally, and then since followed through with carpentry as well. So I've been self-employed basically since 2021. And obviously I've always enjoyed that. Our brand Inhaus, it's a small boutique brand. It's something we're very proud of in the line of work we do. So that's it's basically it's been a lifetime, I suppose. It's all I've done, other than had a spell for 18 odd months when I got a bit bored, built some boats for a little bit just to sort of
mix it up,
as you say. But other than that, Inhaus is our brand. So how that little brand works as such, little brand, it's getting bigger, I suppose, is we choose to actually employ our builders. They're actually employees of ours. We don't tend to go for contract type thing. And what we find with that is we know who we've got, and we've got it's a team orientated environment, and that's something that I'm very sort of strong with the guys on, that it is a team, and that they are very much part of it, right down when it comes down to, as I say, the enjoyment of winning the awards and the likes. That's true recognition back to them. They're only reasonably young fellas, I keep calling them young fellas, but I guess the years are going by. I've got our young son Sean. He's made himself way through to the to foreman role there now, and so I leave it to Sean to actually run the jobs. and him and his team do well. We really enjoy our relationship with our customers and the likes.
Yep.
And it's probably one of the other key things that we do, and I think we do very well, is that we don't have other people in the process as such. The process of building a house with us or the client is that we start, it's a relationship, and that's the way we go about it. So really what we do with a client, we will start with right from the very outset, and they will get us involved in the design process, and we engage a number of local architects to actually do that, but we are very much involved in that all the way through the process, so there's basically no surprises, and guide them with, what I believe our experience to avoid the pitfalls that, quite easy to fall into. Yeah.
Yeah, and we notice that in our business as well. If people don't engage the builder early on in the process, they go down a road that sometimes comes to a dead end and they've got to start again.
That's right. So, and very typically with our client it's a relationship. It's a relationship from the outset. We're not into just, turning around. We don't have clients coming to us and actually saying, can we, as an example, can you price this? Because our preference is to actually have been through the process and the understanding with the client, and as I say, it's a relationship, and that relationship starts at the very start. Yeah,
it's key. It definitely is. Just tell us a bit about what you do outside of work. Obviously.
Outside of work, what do I do?
I know you probably don't have a lot of spare time, but
no, it's a bit like that these days. I mean, it's one of the key things, isn't it? Is trying to find it. It's a bit like, during the lockdown period, I think we all discovered what retirement could be like.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's become
or prison.
Or prison, one or the other, or maybe unemployed. No, what we've done is, during that time, it's become a distant memory very quick. Of a holiday home, and that's a boat access holiday home, so I really enjoy getting the opportunity to go up there. And we're fortunate where it is. It's a lot of native bush, so we put a fair bit of time into it. Just even though we own it, you feel like a caretaker to it. It's a privilege to sort of have the location that we've got. So that's one of the things we sort of do. And the other thing is at home, basically living on a lifestyle block. They call it a life sentence block, but it's all not too bad. So that pretty much keeps us busy as well with just day-to-day chores or weekend chores around there, looking after the land. Yeah.
So where you are at the moment, are you obviously in the process of getting a plan drawn up to build yourself your next house? That's
right. So Tanya and myself, my wife, we're looking at doing the forever house, you could call it. So we are in that process. It's sort of, it probably will be a couple of years sort of in the making, basically going through the process. Typically in the past we've been involved ourselves quite heavily in the design, and just trying something different at the moment and going through the full process with an architect. So putting ourselves in that position at the customer,
But knowing more than the customer.
I think we're finding the architect might be finding it quite difficult that we know too much. So but we'll get there.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, good to hear.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd want to sort of tell as part of your story, or?
No, I think it pretty much covers it. I mean, it's an industry that, as I say, get a lot of satisfaction from. It definitely has its highs and its lows. It's an industry which I look at times and do find frustration, probably the lack of respect that some builders are probably getting for the knowledge that they carry and the liability they carry and the expectation. That would probably be the key thing that, I'd see that, it's just a client that is, or someone that's building, basically, the understanding that they are actually trusting a builder with their biggest possession and investment. And, they should be looking at that guy and making sure that, you know, there's a relationship and that it is truly a partnership, and it's, you know, both parties are going to enjoy and come out with a win.
There's longevity as well. There's longevity in a business is very important in this industry.
Correct.
Someone who's been around a long time.
One of the key things we really do enjoy with our brand and our business is the clients.
Yep.
The clients, they will become friends.
Yep.
I can quite comfortably say that none of our clients, I'm not uncomfortable to talk to any of our clients. Yep. And probably the bigger buzz for us is actually hearing the clients, what they've got to say about us, and hearing it from third party and the likes, the experience. Also, my guys, I really enjoy hearing the feedback from our subtrades as well about the state of our sites, that they're always clean and that our guys are always there to actually help. So yeah, I think that's all just part of the process. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's something that we've discovered as time's gone on as well. That those relationships with your customers generally end up being why you do it in the end.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And then when you get the next job because of that customer, it's well and truly worth it.
Yeah, a good customer is worth gold. Basically, it's so much easier to build for a customer who really understands.
Yeah.
And
no, that's the one. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks very much for sitting down with me and
cool.
telling me your story, Russell.
Okay. No, thanks for the opportunity, Trev.
No problem.
Ciao.